Hello, my name is Matthew Howitt and I'm the practice leader for regulation at Ovum. And I'm going to be talking about some recent research that we've done in the area of next generation access. Next generation access is a critical area of interest for regulators and operators as incumbents and alternative players look to deploy fibre in the access network. This represents a substantial transformation of architecture and poses some crucial regulatory and policy questions. Against the backdrop of the challenging economic environment, operators are looking for clarity about how their investments will be treated from a regulatory perspective. In order to address some of these issues and a number of others, Ovum has recently produced two long reports focusing on the topic of next generation access and in particular the regulatory approach to the subject. We divided our research into two areas based on geography. The first focuses on the approach that regulators are taking in Europe and the second in Asia Pacific. We identified a number of key messages from our research and developed a number of interesting comparisons between how the two regions are approaching this subject. First of all, we discovered that there should be no one prescribed solution for every market, and that regulators need to be given a range of options from which to choose from to best suit these local market circumstances. We also found that the principle of promoting competition at the deepest level in the network, where it's likely to be effective and sustainable, is still appropriate as we move to these next generation networks. Regulated pricing should always allow investors to earn a rate of return that reflects the riskiness of investment, particularly given the current economic environment. We found when comparing Asia Pacific to Europe that in Asia, state-owned investment vehicles are a more popular model for investment in NGA, certainly more so than in Europe. Ovum is targeting a number of interested subscribers to this research. In particular, we see four distinct groups who may be interested in learning more about the regulatory approach to next generation access. First of all, national regulatory authorities and governments are looking to understand how other regulators are approaching the issue and what remedies they're considering when applying regulatory obligations. Incumbent and fixed line operators are looking to understand how their investments will be treated and on what basis they must provide access to the new entrants and whether or not any financing from governments is available. Alternative broadband providers need to know where and on what basis they will be able to be accessing fibre access networks and what rollout plans competitors have already put in place or announced. Finally, the telecoms equipment vendors need to understand what technology choices, if any, regulators are making and whether or not operators will be required to unbundle their fibre. All of these questions are addressed as part of this research, and really it provides the most authoritative and up-to-date understanding of the current regulatory treatment of fibre. We provide a detailed national level understanding of the competitive challenges of NGA and how this is being treated by regulators. To find out more about this research, please visit ovum.com and follow links to the regulatory area.